Hey, you want to learn some new positions, to spice things up in the practice room? Slide positions are a little bit of a mystery to all the non-trombone players out there. At some point you got the basics figured out. There are these 7 positions on a tenor, and later on you learn about the F attachment, and finally as a bass trombonist you learn to use 2 valves. On a contra it gets complicated. It took me some time to figure out how the valve section of a contrabass trombone really works, and my goal in this video is to save you some time and hopefully to get a better understanding of the different tuning options, including both the pros and the contras. Maybe after viewing this video you can make an informed decision about which one to use on your contrabass trombone, and of course I will tell you my verdict and my personal choice at the end of this video. When my contrabass trombone was delivered to me, again nothing sponsored here, I was confronted with 2 different sets of tuning slides. There is the so-called American tuning system and the historically older German system. To be honest, I had never heard of the American system before I literally saw it in front of me. So what now? Let's figure it out. In the American system, the contrabass trombone is configured with valves tuned to C and D flat. Engaging the first valve lowers the pitch from F to C, and the second valve lowers it from F to D flat. This setup mirrors the valve intervals found on a standard trombone, on a standard bass trombone. So from B flat to F, from B flat to D flat, and both combined brings you down to D. Facilitating, a smoother transition for players accustomed to the bass trombone's mechanics. Again, intervals is the magic word in this configuration. The American contra is basically a bass trombone transposed down a fourth. First valve means fourth down, second valve means major third. The German tuning system typically involves valves tuned to D and B flat. Activating the first valve lowers down the instrument's pitch from F to D, so minor third, while the second valve brings it down to B flat, so perfect fifth. This configuration allows the contrabass trombone to function similarly as a bass trombone, but in a different way. The positions of the notes are roughly the same for both the bass and the contrabass trombone, but you have to use different valves to get there. Again, positions are similar, not the valves. Let's break that down. B flat is on first position. That's the very first thing you learn on a tenor trombone, and it's the same on the contra. Only difference being, on the contra you have to use the second valve to get there. F on a bass means using the first valve. On the contra, it's tuned in F, so no valve needed. Low D means both valves on the bass, whereas only first valve on the contra. This consistency can aid players in maintaining, familiar slide positions across these 2 different instruments. Are you with me so far? Good. Let's make a little quiz. How do I play the F sharp? On my bass it's around here. On the contra, roughly same slide position, but with first valve engaged. Of course, that's German system. The American way of thinking is, okay, I have my B on second position, first valve means a fourth down, so second position, first valve engaged. And of course the question, what happens when you engage both valves on the contra? When both valves are used together, the instrument's pitch drops to A in the American system and to A flat in the German system. That means on the American contra you have that beautiful F major chord. This makes sense because you have a B flat major on the bass and it's transposed down a fourth. On the German contra you have the B flat major chord plus the A flat. Very reassuring, both systems will allow you to play chromatically from top to bottom. So, final verdict, which one is better? And the answer is neither. You have to practice either way. Each tuning system offers distinct advantages. The American tuning's alignment with the bass trombone valve intervals can, ease the learning curve, especially in the beginning when you're transitioning from bass trombone to contrabass trombone. You could, if you know a song by heart, instantly play it on the contra, just transposed a fourth down. The German tuning, on the other hand, provides, these slide position benefits because, it's somewhere on this slide position, even if I have to use different valves to get there. And I have to say, the German system's tubing is a little bit longer and it makes the sound a little bit heavier. So if you like the dark, rich sound, perhaps you get that little edge when you use the German tubing system and you have that low B flat on the first position that really, it gets the job done. Nonetheless, I chose for my instrument the American system for one specific reason. If you play somewhere in the middle register, you have that chromatic scale really close. You've got A flat on the first, G on the first, G flat on the second, and F again on the first position. So you don't have to work so much with the slide. It's all on first and second position. And with that big monster here, it really makes a difference if you have to do a lot with the slide or if it's, all closer to your head, if you know what I mean. You're not falling over. For me, it made sense and it was fun to play. And in the end, it won't matter to anyone but you. So I would say, pick the one you are happy with. And if you're interested in getting a contrabass trombone for yourself or how to get started on that monstrous instrument, I recommend you watch my previous videos on the topic as shown on YouTube here. So once again, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.